Friends, मैं हूँ अवधेंद्र. I'm quite worried about the ongoing development in Sri Lanka and China's growing presence in Sri Lanka. You all of have heard that the Sri Lankan economy shrank in negative GDP growth rate since 2022. There was a chaos in the country, economic meltdown, and a large-scale debt largely owned by the China, $46 billion total sovereign debt repayment that Sri Lanka owns to repay. But due to the meltdown of the economy and the size of the economy, GDP, Sri Lanka could not repaid their debt. As a result, they are compromising their sovereignty. Political sovereignty, I mean the territorial sovereignty, one thing. The political decision making sovereignty, they are also losing at the cost of their economic trap, which is called as debt trap. But no political party raising the voice. If this economic trap, suppose that if this economic trap would have done by the India, then all the parties of the Sri Lankan domestic affair parties would have raised their concerns that India is, uh, you know, handicapping the policies and in challenging the integrity of the nation. But if China is doing the very same thing, even more harsher steps China is taking, no political party, no more people raising their protest against the China. Why they are silent? I don't know. Everybody is silent there. Nobody is raising the question sovereignty right now. But if India is helping, India is doing anything, all the parties, opposition members, whoever, even though people have their own voice and opinion against India, but we have helped them. What kind of relationship in proportion in vice versa they are uh, favoring towards India. They malign India always. They are saying that India is bullying power. India is challenging their sovereignty. What kind of sovereignty we are challenging? If your Hambantota port got 99-year lease by the China, nobody is raising. That's not your being challenged. Your sovereignty. Do you think this is the right way? I'm talking about Sri Lankan people. Can you answer me? Is this Chinese investment is not challenging your sovereignty? If India has done it, we have helped $4.5 billion in your problem time when you are in debt trap because of Chinese debt. Chinese have funded you Hambantota port, which has no economic activities there, not beneficial to your economy, not gaining a single penny from that investment. But you have compromised your sovereignty then. But if India would have done the very same thing, you would have said that India's bullying power, India's territorial integrity is being challenged by India. You have raised this. We are worried about such kind of your, we are immediate never. We want to develop trusted relationship with all the neighbors. But every neighbors of India is not happy with India. But we have helped you in all the times. Community development program we have conducted for you. Visa regime we are easing down. We are investing in your economy, uplifting the people's life of the people, affecting everybody. Digital connectivity we are, increasing towards you. Are people, Indian people, going all the island nations, even though most of the Indian tourists going in and contributing into your economy. We have done very same thing. We are doing uplifting you, your life, changing your life. But you are saying that India is bullying power. India is belligerent, a democratic nation. How can this be a bullying nation? We are a transparent system. We have transparent system. What the we are talking about, be brief in front of the people. We have a transparent mechanism of governance. But the China, where your prime minister right now visiting, no, there is no transparency, no communication in the public. What sort of discussions they have gone through, nobody knows that. But you are silent on that. Not even a single person have raised the question of Chinese debt. But somebody I have heard that they are praising the China, even though Pakistan is very much uh, in that trap. They know that they need IMF assistance. They still asserting that China is my best friend. They are compromising their political, freedom, decision taking process. They are compromising each and everything, but they are still saying that China is my best friend because India is an enemy. So, what sort of what extent they can go through in their enemy line? You must have to understand this. And Maldives, just see that what sort of rascals they are. They have what they have done to India. They are saying that India is intimidating us, challenging sovereignty. We have helped them each and every time since they got independence from 60s. So right now we have helped them, but they are saying that we are bullying power. I don't understand. But China's presence in this region is actually must have to be examined correctly. All the nations of this Indian uh, mm, neighbor nations is under the Chinese severe debt trap. But because of the opaque system, there is no transparency. People didn't know what sort of their government is being compromised by the Chinese affairs. That's why people are silent. Otherwise, they would have raised their protests against the government. But Chinese policy is that not to say anything, not to public any document into the public. There is no transparency should be. The very prime minister, the current Dinesh, who is I don't know full name of the person. Dinesh is first name and second name is middle name. I don't know. The prime minister of Sri Lanka right now. They are in China, and then they are so what they have done there. You know, they are saying that the Hambantota port, the deep sea port, would be developed by China. China have taken a 99-year lease, only $1.12 billion. Only $1.12 billion. Sri Lanka didn't paid for Hambantota port. That's why they have leased 99 years lease to China. This very strategic port. There is no economic interest. And second component, they have what they have signed today. They are saying that the Colombo airport would be developed by China. In that port, Japan led uh, investment, you know, were going on. Japan was investing into it, but they halted Japanese investment. But they are granting to China for the same port, same airport. Do you think they are not denying Japanese? Japanese and Indian investment are, at the collaboration. So Japan and India are the second, and China is the first. And China is now going to develop it. What sort of policy they are making? They are not politically independent. They are being, like a pawn, being used by the on a chessboard by the China. So that's the called debt trap. You would be used by as a political tool of other nations. I am saying each and every word are the facts. You can go and check it. So thank you very much, my friends. You must have to understand what sort of thing is going on. China's policy, string of pearls policies, encircling India, challenging India. That's their political objective. And all the nations are being played into the Chinese hand. And we know it. And we are silent. And we are watching very clearly and quietly. And but we are still helping each and every nations around me. So thank you very much. Uh, I want to only say that you have to citizens of the nation should participate into their democratic governance process. A governance should be accountable. There should be transparency towards the people. What sort of development the or one thing, another thing I want to tell you, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, which is in Beijing right now, for debt restructuring. What sort of Beijing said about debt restructuring? They said that I will extend the term tenure of the loan repayment as well as interest of the very same thing. 9.6% interest rate they have already done, but they will change it to 12%. Do you think the Sri Lanka would be able to repayment if their economy is in a doldrum? Minus 2.3% in economic growth is in Sri Lanka. Do you think they would be able to anytime to repay? I don't understand such kind of economic, strength would be able to repayment of 4.46 billion dollar US dollar. You have to understand they are politically being used on an economic debt trap. Sort of, if Sri Lanka don't like it, but they would have to obey the Beijing's wish because they would not go against wish of the Beijing. So that is called the trap. Your sovereignty is being challenged. Hambantota port for 99-year lease. Can you answer me? I am now talking about Sri Lankan people. Can you answer me? Is that your sovereignty is not being challenged by China? You have leased for 99 years only $1.12 billion rupee, $1.1 billion US dollar. So that's the thing. But it's short amount, very less amount, $1.12 billion. You have compromised your sovereignty, territorial integrity. If India would have done the very same thing, you would have said that India is a bullying power. India is not my brother. We have helped all the cricketers of the Sri Lankan, Srisana Jayasuriya kind of people, praised India's assistance during your economic meltdown. So I'm not saying that you must have to recognize India's such kind of assistance. You must have to understand what sort of assistance we are giving without getting anything in return. You need to understand what sort of agreement your government is making, and that uh, should be the public into the public, sphere. There should be a transparent system, transparent governance. That's why the people must have to know what sort of agreement you have signed, the interest rate you have taking loan. After all, the loans and everything would be paid by the people of the nations, whatever it may be, Sri Lankan or the Bangladeshi or the Maldivian or the Pakistani people. The people will pay it. So they must have to understand: is there the political, uh, decision making is being compromised because of the economic trap, and their government must have to respond to people because they are accountable towards. They are not the king. So thank you very much, my friends. I am quite angry because of the people of the nation, all the nations of neighboring India is silent, and their government is compromising their political freedom. So our governments are accountable towards the people. The people must have to raise their voice and ask the government, please, you have to open up what sort of agreement you have done. What are the terms of your interest rates, the loans you are borrowing at the cost of the people? The people must have to ask. Otherwise, like Rajapaksha kind of government would be there, will sink all the peoples into the Indian Ocean. So thank you very much, my friends, for watching. I am quite angry. That's why I use some such kind of words. Maybe some people don't like, but the facts I put forth in front of you, you need to understand it and ask your government and answer my comments in comments if I haven't said anything wrong. I want to know the people's opinion too. So thank you for watching.